It's football country. There'll be 15,000 people at a high school football game. It's all about football.
Go, Jets, go!
Ice hockey, when it was introduced, was real exciting to our community. Football and hockey have a lot of similarities. A lot of football fans really enjoy hockey too.
Coming out of Walled Lake Northern High School in Michigan, Connor Hellebuyck's hockey path was as clear as Texas crude. Undrafted in every junior league and not a single call from any NCAA school, his only option was an invite to camp from the North American Hockey League expansion, Odessa Jackalopes.
Craig Sarner, who was a scout, calls me and he says, "Okay, I found you a goalie." I said, "Who is it?" He said, "Connor Hellebuyck." So we go to the computer and type his name in the computer, and he's not on there. I mean, he's not on the top 500. We don't even have to draft this kid. No one even knows he's alive.
I really didn't know where to go. I didn't know how to continue playing. I just knew I wanted to. Right after the draft, they called me and said, "Hey, we want you to come out to main camp." So that gave me a little hope. And I told myself I'm going to make it no matter what it takes.
The unknown from Michigan quickly caught the eye of Jackalopes GM Joe Clark, a former goalie.
I remember getting on the ice and kind of evaluating the goalies, and this one kid just was way at a whole nother level. I remember mentioning to the coach, "You're going to have to ride this guy because he's the difference between us winning and losing."
Chorizo plays it far side, little throttle to Chorizo shooting. Oh, what a save by Hellebuyck!
You know, we'd be up 4-0 late in the game. He'd give up a goal, and he would just be beside himself because he didn't get a shutout. And finally sat him down and said, "Hey, look, you can't be obsessed with this. You can't worry about this." Over time, I realized I was wrong. This is how he's wired.
Not a lot of people understand what goalies go through. Only other goalies can understand that. Joe brought me down to earth and said, yes, have that mindset, but it's okay to win a game 3-2. I think he was helping set the foundation for my future, and I had no idea.
One night we played in Amarillo. They had like 63 shots on net, and we had 15 shots on net. We win the game 2-1. And I just sat back and just could not believe what I really saw.
When I'm getting ready for a game, that's the only thing that's on my mind is playing good and keeping my team in it.
His heavy workload on the ice provided a rare junior hockey experience off of it.
North American Hockey League, we're pretty spread out. I flew to every game in a private plane, and I always flew some kids home every night or to the next city we were playing in.
You would pick some of the players that played really well that night or played a lot of minutes, and you'd take them back. And Rick likes to take care of his goalies, and I was playing a lot, so he'd always get me back so I can get the extra rest.
We were flying home one night, and I asked, "Hey, where's Hellebuyck?" And one of the kids in the back says, "I'm taking his seat tonight." And I just told him, I said, "Get out, go get him." But it speaks of his character. He wanted his teammates to be included. He wanted them to be part of the whole entire experience.
He has a bit of a humility that you need to have to make sure that you don't become completely unwound. It's a grind. I mean, people don't understand what you have to go through and the sacrifices that you have to make.
Food became an issue. I had to kind of change some things up for him so that he was eating healthier.
He was lived, breathed, slept hockey. I mean, you just see Connor bouncing his tennis ball off the wall in the house. It's both hands. He was very focused.
Hellebuyck started a league-high 53 of the expansion Jackalopes 60 games. His .930 save percentage ranked second best in the league and brought scouts from around North America to Odessa.
We sent our developmental goalie coach, Rick St. Croix, to go watch a handful of goalies and critique them and talked about some of the higher profile guys. He says, "But you know what?" He says, "There's something about this guy that I really, really like." So that's really where, it kind of put Connor on our radar.
That was a shell shock for me because I had no idea you go from junior hockey to the NHL. That almost didn't even make sense to me.
Next thing you know, by Christmas, I think we'd seen 20 NHL teams or something, and it kind of hit me right there that, hey, this is real. This kid's going to get drafted.
Hockey is everything in my life, and I hope to play pro sometime and keep going with it in my future.
By Christmas, under the Saturday night lights of West Texas, Hellebuyck had earned a full-ride scholarship to UMass Lowell. In June, he was selected by the Winnipeg Jets in the 5th round of the 2012 NHL Draft.
That year kind of took me from I'm going to do whatever I can to continue playing, to now I got to do whatever I can do to make it.
That's what's fun about Connor's story, is it's not the premier 5-star recruit, you know? It's the walk-on no one knew of. And it still happened for him.